It's the Giro d'Italia 2025, and I don't know what to think. I'm confused. We only have a few more days to go in this race, and frankly, who I thought was strong is not. Who I thought wasn't strong, in fact, is strong. Let me break it down. And there's been some shakeups in the GC, and a stage winner you probably, like myself, didn't see coming. I want to let you know this Giro d'Italia coverage is brought to you by Bicycle.com, the best place online to buy and sell pre-owned bikes. Do you have too many bikes in your garage or shed? No problem. Head on over to Bicycle.com/FloBikes. List your bikes in minutes. And the great thing is you can sell to cyclists worldwide. Oh, and get your 30% off seller discount code. Where am I? I'm up in it, in the Dolomites at Bormio, standing here at 1,300 meters. Over that way, you can climb up the Stelvio. Over that way, you can make your way up the Gavia Pass. Yeah, that one that was made famous by Andy Hampson when they were being snowed on back in the day. He won the Giro d'Italia, the American. Now, today, we're looking at the Mexican rider, Isaac del Toro from Baja California, in the pink jersey, but just. He took a strong beating yesterday, and frankly, he's not one of our favorites, I don't think, to win this Giro d'Italia. However, he surprised us, and it wasn't at the start of the day, it wasn't midway in the day when we went over the Mortirolo climb, and before that, the Tonale, entering here into Lombardia. It was at the end of the day when we were on Le Motte, only 9 kilometers out. Bam! After Del Toro and Carapaz, Richard Carapaz, well, they picked up Romain Bardet, but it was Isaac Del Toro just near the top of Le Motte, attacked, went free. Richard Carapaz joined him. They went down, picked up Romain Bardet, the Frenchman who was in the big, massive 40-man escape, passed him, went to the line, and Isaac Del Toro, woo, gracias, pulls off his big first victory in the Giro d'Italia, his biggest win to date, if we're not counting out the fact that he's held the pink jersey, the Maglia Rosa, for so many days. And this means a lot because even if he doesn't pull off the Giro d'Italia, and I still don't think he's going to do it, he's got the stage win in the bag. But who the heck knows? Because frankly, I'm starting to doubt myself. Maybe it's all that running in the morning. This morning, we were staying in Trentino Alto Adige. We ran right up through the vineyards, the same vineyards that produced the wine that we were drinking last night at dinner. And perhaps I'd had too many glasses because I was sweating all out the wine, the beautiful red wine there from Trentino Alto Adige. All right, let's get back to another color, another shade of red, pink. And that Maglia Rosa. Starting off today, Isaac Del Toro held the lead of about 30 seconds. At the end of the day, well, he's got 10 seconds bonuses over his competitors. Richard Carapaz picked up the 6. And then we have further back Simon Yates. Simon Yates, since him and Derek G lost time to Del Toro and Carapaz today, well, Simon Yates slid from 2nd to 3rd overall in the GC. It was a heck of an escape. As I mentioned, at one point, this escape numbering 40 riders seemed to be more than the peloton chasing behind. Now, earlier in the day, we had some attacks. Mats Pedersen was going up the road, getting the points for the Ciclamino. Then we saw this escape start to form. But before that, surprise, surprise, Isaac Del Toro himself attacks at 125 to go in this 155-kilometer stage. Short, but very hard and punchy. We don't know what Isaac was doing because he would have been up the road on his own, and it got all pulled back. And then we saw the attack that went with Isaac's teammate, Brandon McNulty, and around 38 other riders. Brandon McNulty, the best placed rider in the group, around about 7.5 minutes, and I don't think the escape like that. And Team Pulte back behind didn't like that because Team Pulte Visit Malta, they started to chase to protect their classification with Brandon McNulty up the road. I think that was the case. Now that group topping over the Tonale down to the Mortirolo, and that's where I want to focus on, because back behind, Ineos was on the front for a bit, trying to set up for Egan Bernal, but not quite the same as in the past days. Then we saw the shakeup from EF Education. Now we had Georg Steinhauser up in the move up front, and several other satellite riders for other teams, including Hugo Hull, Canadian and teammate of Derek G. He was up the road as well. We want to focus on Cepeda. Cepeda was up to the front, and you know when he's on the front, you know Richard Carapaz, Richie is going to attack. Carpaccio was up the road, bam, starts to throw it down. No one could follow. Richard Carapaz was over the top. Small advantage, but we could see the cracks in Del Toro that we were seeing yesterday, and Del Toro was being gapped off. Simon Yates were there. Simon Yates looking at G looking at Simon Yates. The rider's starting to chase, but not pulling up Richard Carapaz. It seemed pretty far out for Richard Carapaz to be going. So far, I think around 50 kilometers to the line. With the big descent coming off of the Mortirolo, this was the easy side up the Mortirolo, the easy side. They're all hard. Richard Carapaz, I think, has the best form and looks favorite to win this Giro d'Italia, and he's showing his strength, which he showed yesterday on San Valentino, showed it again today. He showed it there when all the Saints were out watching yesterday, Barbara and Valentino. In stage 16, again in stage 17, he's the numero uno out there. Del Toro's on the ropes, but, and when we spoke with him in the mix zone, both for stage winner and Maglia Rosa, he's confident. He's confident, he's cool. He said the team was expecting that today, and yes, we were all expecting Carapaz to do something. So he managed himself. He didn't go too much in the red, didn't worry himself too much. The teammates, Adam Yates, and who's always there, Rafał Majka, the Polish rider, and eventually Brendan McNulty's back with him. They all work for him. It comes together in the valley. Derek G has Marco Frigo with him, and eventually Hugo Hull comes back, but he's not much help. But he has Marco Frigo, and then he's on his own. And in that group, we see UAE, as always in this Giro d'Italia, with the numbers, but they may come home empty-handed without the GC. They did get a nice stage win today with Isaac Del Toro. But Isaac Del Toro, chapeau, you surprised us all up the road while Romain Bardet is making a bid in his last Grand Tour in the Giro d'Italia to try to win his first ever Giro d'Italia stage win. Goes away solo, leaves his other escape companions down the road, heading maybe what he thought to victory. He was one of my picks yesterday when we did the stage preview. He's a great descender, riding for Team Picnic, who's already had a victory with Casper Van Uden, the Dutchman. Today, Romain Bardet, I'm sorry. Désolé, but you're not going to win the stage. No way when you got Isaac Del Toro and Richie Carapaz breathing down your neck. The pink, the Maglia Rosa of Isaac Del Toro, the pink and white jersey of Richard Carapaz, and I think the guy is probably going to win the Giro d'Italia. Coming at you, live and direct. Back behind, Simon Yates, the yellow Visma jersey, who, frankly, I wish he was a little bit better with conversation. I think he was burnt back in the day when he was riding in the Giro d'Italia so well for the whole race, like Isaac Del Toro in this race, and then he gets burnt on the last mountain stage or so and loses it and doesn't win the Giro d'Italia. Now, Simon Yates, Adam Yates' twin brother riding for Team UAE, is a better talker. Simon Yates, not so much. We look to Derek G, sitting fourth overall. Simon and Derek and Simon, they're looking at each other, trying to pull back this thing, and guys are getting gapped off. They're coming to the line. It's Simon who gets 1 extra second over Derek. Doesn't matter too much, but up the road is Richard Carapaz. Gets significant time, around about 10 seconds or so on Simon Yates. That's going to pop him up over the GC, and we're looking at the GC results right now on the screen, and you're seeing Simon Yates dropping from second to third, so that's one of the big ones today. Egan Bernal not on his best again today. We hope he does do something in these last 2 mountain days that are to come, but Egan Bernal, wish him the best. Derek G looking stronger every day. He said Isaac Del Toro a little bit surprised, and then surprised to see Isaac Del Toro, like all of us, attacking on that final climb of Le Motte. But Isaac Del Toro, Mexican, in charge of the Giro d'Italia. How long can he go? Tomorrow we have a mixed stage. Could be a sprinter stage, could be an escape. And then we're in stage 19. And then we're in stage 20. The last 2 big mountain days of this Giro d'Italia before stage 21, the transfer down south, to find out who wins this dang Italian Grand Tour. But Isaac Del Toro on top today, at least so far, winning the stage, still holding the pink jersey, La Maglia Rosa, and doing Mexico proud. Chapeau, Isaac Del Toro, Team UAE Emirates. It's all yours today.